Really great. Ma'am, I think this host is getting ready for live. So, I'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. We will start it. Okay, ma'am?
Okay, sir.
Anju, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So, again, I am extremely sorry
No, sir,
because I
not at
didn't
all.
know
You
this.
shouldn't say.
क्योंकि वो मेरा प्लान ही फेल हो गया जो मुझे करना था। मैंने फेसबुक नहीं देखा मैम। फेसबुक पे क्या होता है, नोटिफिकेशन में आता है। आज मैंने देखा ही नहीं फेसबुक। वो बस मैम लाइव जैसे ही होगा आप स्टार्ट कर दीजिएगा, ठीक है मैम?
जी जी जी।
सार जी आप अपना कैमरा सही से सेट कर लीजिए। आता वो कैमरे
So, good morning, afternoon. I welcome you all for Beyond Education. This unit talk invites people from different parts of stories with us because we believe sharing your stories makes us more human. And we know everyone in this world has a story to share that can inspire others and that can change the millions of lives around the world. Today we have with us a very special guest, Tushar Pawar sir. He's a soft skill trainer, motivational speaker, model, actor, and entrepreneur. I welcome you, sir, for the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And yes, sir, firstly, before starting with this, I would like to know about you, sir. Sir, can you just introduce yourself?
Okay. Good evening to everyone, and thank you for the opportunity for giving me a chance to talk on the show. And I would like to thank each and everyone for listening to me. So I'll just brief you about myself. My name is Tushar Pawar. I am basically located in Pune. I am a postgraduate. I have done my hotel tourism management as a graduation, and I have completed my PGDBM in HR and labor laws from Symbiosis Institute, Pune. Apart from this, I used to do a full-time job before. I have 8 years of full-time job experience, and since lockdown, I am a freelance consultant. I have been doing business since 8 to 10 months, and I'm an emerging entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's great to know. And sir, as you were telling, you have already done job. Then what was the reason that you just switched to this being a freelance trainer?
Yeah, because it's a very a meaningful question. The reason is the job is good. As far as the learning is concerned, over the period of time, the job is good. But if you're looking out for longer perspective, if you have a bigger goals and if you have a bigger objective in long term, we have to do business because job will never give you the lifestyle that you desire. So as far as the lifestyle is concerned, the desire to grow is concerned, and your uh, family goals are concerned, a business will give you the authority and the freedom in longer perspective.
That's really great, and that you just switched and you tried becoming an entrepreneur. But say, what kind of trainings do you take, and for whom? Actually, it is for students or it is for professionals. So, what kind of trainings do you take, and for whom?
Yeah. So I will tell you like how I got into this training. I used to work with one of the company. It is one of the top company into the B2B domain and the direct marketing. So there I joined as a trainee and I ended up as an executive crew leader. There I discovered that I can train people, my communication is good, and I can cope up with a group of people and pull out the performance from them. So that is how I got into the training. So I take personality development training, soft skill training, corporate etiquette training, uh, and also the new people, those who are recent pass out, I train them on their interview skills, what expertise a new pass out should have so that they can crack the interview on the first instance. So all that type of trainings I take.
Yeah, that's really great to know, sir. And nextly, I would like to know that when you're taking trainings, like you told that you take trainings for the students, especially about interview skills. So, what are those skills that should be acquired by the students to get placed in companies?
It's a good question. So three things I would like to cover, the three most important parameters if a person is going for an interview. First thing that everyone feels, like whoever is applying for an interview, they feel that only the skill is enough. We have to go to the interview, give, give the interview for the skill, and the interview is cleared. No, right now in today's generation, only the skill is not enough. You should be able to present yourself in the proper manner. So this is the first thing, presentation. First impression is last impression. If you are going for an interview, if you are not able to present yourself, even if you are very good at work, whatever you do, if you are very good, but if you are not able to present it in front of the interviewer, you are going to get rejected. So first thing is presentation skill. Second is we need to build a good rapport with the interviewer. What we do is we just go, sit, answer, clear the interview, or and just get out. No, we have to build a good rapport with the interviewer. That is the most important thing. It gives confidence to the interviewer that yes, that person is sitting with the right candidate. This is the second thing. And the third most important thing is the resume building. I have all the qualities, but my resume is not up to the mark. So it will give a negative marking to a candidate. So these are the three most important things at the time of interview.
Yes, of course, these are the three most important things which we require for interview. And like you have been training so many students. So what do you when you go for for the trainings and you talk to the students? So what do you suggest them? Going for a job or going for entrepreneurship?
If it's a newly pass out student, I would say that student has to do at least 3 years of job. Why job? It will develop the quality of a student, like communication skill, confidence, how to handle different softwares and application. Then what is called as a hierarchy management, like there is top level, middle level, and the lower level. Then to understand the hierarchy, then to understand what is the role of the HR, what is the role of the finance, what is the role of the admin, what is the role of the backend department, then what is marketing. So understanding all these things, directly getting into business, you will not learn anything. So at least 3 years of full-time job is necessary for a recent pass out to gain the expertise and the knowledge. So
Yes, of
after 3 years,
course. Yeah.
that person can get into business slowly and steadily as per his capabilities, potential, family background, and skill sets.
Yes, yes. Actually, even today, like in our college, we were having an entrepreneurship awareness camp for the students. So the trainers were telling the same thing that if you don't have any kind of like background for business and all, it is better you just go for 2, 3 years or even more than that sometimes. Yeah, you get an exposure, practical exposure, how to get along with people. You learn a lot, and after that, you can go for entrepreneurship. Yes, of course, it's that. And sir, like, how many years it is that you are into this training field?
It's been now 3 years since lockdown. I'm doing.
Okay, okay. So that's great. Because so do you think like you're doing those trainings after the lockdown? So did you feel any kind of changes in the students after the lockdown? Any kind of
Not much
behavioral
change.
changes?
There has been not much change. At the last, the change depends upon person to person. because the change, when will we experience change? We will experience change when a person comes from a particular society. Like a mentality of a person from Pune would be entirely different from a mentality of a person who is living in Bangalore. So, as India is called as a unity in diversity, different places will have different mentality of students. So we should not give priority to a particular mentality. Being a trainer or being a teacher or being a leader, we have to have a universal approach while communicating to the students. And apart from training, I also, as I mentioned, that I am an emerging entrepreneur, actor, and model also.
Yes, possible. Actually, this was the next question which I had to ask. You have also mentioned that you are a model and you are an actor. So, can you just tell something about this side of yours?
So previously, as I mentioned, that I used to do a job. So every year there used to be a fashion show being organized there. So that time I did not had any idea that I would be joining the fashion industry. So what happened is every year there used to be an annual function, and in that annual function, fashion show used to be organized. So I used to participate, just that I had good physique and little bit I used to look good, so people insisted me to participate. I participated, and 3 consecutive years I won it. Coincidentally, I did not had any belief that I would win that. That gave me confidence that if just casual approach, if I can win, why not to give it a try at the professional level? Because I like to experiment and I like to be creative. So I given chance to myself. Let's see what can happen in case if I give a professional try. Initially, I did not get any success because everything was good, but my grooming, my mentality, my network, that wasn't there. So it took time for me to learn the qualities of a model and an artist. But once I developed those qualities, I started getting result and I started gaining more confidence. Then I started looking it as a professional point of view. Then there are many achievements. Now, as a model, I'm doing since 8 years. This is the eighth year, 2023. And as an actor, this is my second year. And as an entrepreneur, 6 to 7 months, you can see.
Yeah, so many roles, an entrepreneur, actor, model. So, who is your role model? Who has been behind all this? Because you have been so many things at a time, and you're telling so perfectly. This many years as an entrepreneur, 6 months and all. So, who is your role model? Who is the person who is behind you always? Who is always there to inspire you or to support you?
Okay. It's a nice question. Thank you for the question. So I have two role models. My first role model is, it's a tough question actually because I follow many people, entrepreneurial people I follow, spiritual people I follow, then entertainment related people I follow. But if you ask me specifically, in entrepreneur, for me, the role model is Ratan Tata. The reason is at this age, he's been active and he's been a role model to almost all of the youth because he doesn't only earn money, but he has a correct approach towards the country and he donates higher percentage towards the Indian economy. So because of that, he is my entrepreneurial role model. And if you ask me in entertainment, who is my role model, then I would say Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, particularly we know. Because of his acting skills, his fitness level, his confidence, and his never give up attitude. So these are the qualities I possess. So I can connect myself well to the Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Yeah, that's really great. And especially like you were talking about rocks. Yes, it was one of my favorites also. Is answer or like you said, like it was just 3 years that from a full-time job, you switched to being an entrepreneur, being a trainer. So was it difficult? Because yes, most of the times when you leave a job and you just try to start something new, so obviously there will be people behind you, especially the family members. Why you are doing this? Why you are leaving a job? So you should have obviously faced such situations.
It's a very difficult question to answer because I can talk on this topic for an entire day, but I would love to cut short. So, first important thing, my family never put pressure on me for whatever I am doing, let it be job or business. I have the freedom because my family knows whatever decision I take or whatever I do, it would be in my favor. There would be a reason for whatever I do. So my family never doubted my capabilities because they know what sort of a personality I am. And second important thing, in job, there are advantages and disadvantages. In business, there is advantages and disadvantages. So job, the advantages, you get fixed salary, there is fixed schedule, and the disadvantage is whatever you get, you are limited to that thing. Example, if I do a sale of 500 rupees, I am going to get 100 rupees paid. If I do a sale of 10,000 rupees, I am going to get 100 rupees paid. So whatever the performance I do, there is a fixed salary, there is a capping for the salary. So that is a drawback. But in business, what you get is you get the freedom. You are not answerable to anyone. You are the king of your own kingdom. And the most important thing is whatever productivity you do at the end of the day, you are the whole and sole responsible person, and you are the king of your profit. You need not to share it with the company. Like as I gave an example, if you do a sale of 1,000 rupees, you are the owner of that 1,000 rupees. If you do a loss of 100 rupees, so I am responsible for that 100 rupees loss. So I become more responsible person because I am the owner and I have to face whatever the result is. It could be profit, it could be loss, I am responsible. So job and business both have their pros and cons. It depends how we take it. So we have to build ourselves in such a way that we have to learn to accept the success or accept the failure. So a person who can build this attitude, a person can who build this mentality should only think about business. Otherwise, light-hearted people, if they cannot accept failure or if they cannot accept the loss or if they cannot accept a learning experience, it would be a very devastating experience for the people who are light-hearted. So we have to be mentally prepared if we have to switch from a job to business. It is a continuous process. It's not a one day process where today I'm doing a job and tomorrow I started earning profit into the business. So business requires planning, it requires market analysis, it requires implementation, and it's an ongoing process.
Yes, so it's an ongoing process, and as said by you, business, it is like it doesn't matter what you're earning, you are actually the owner of it. Whether whatever you face, whether you're facing success, whether you're facing failure, it is all yours. Yes, you learn to be more responsible than you are an entrepreneur. Answer. Now coming back to your soft skill trainer and motivational speaker. So, answer if anyone who wants to be a soft skill trainer. So, can you just tell about how a person can develop himself and what qualities or skills a person to develop inside himself or herself to become a successful trainer?
Now, this is something that you are asking a secret. Now if a person reveals a secret, what are the qualities of a soft skill trainer? My job would be at risk. A chef will never share his secret recipe. You know what I mean? So the basic quality, as I've asked this question, basic qualities of a soft skill trainer is obviously confidence, then eye contact, it has to be there, self belief has to be there, then the knowledge has to be there, exposure has to be there, experience has to be there, and whatever they speak or whatever they teach, whatever they deliver, it has to be real and practical, it should not be bookish. So these are few of the qualities that a soft skill trainer need to have.
Yes, of course. These are some of the qualities that a trainer should be having. And still, one more problem which I have observed among the students nowadays is they don't listen. Like, okay, we are there and we just go and speak, but most of the time they don't listen. And even if they are listening, after some time they just get distracted. So, what can be done so that when we are speaking in front of the people, and this I have observed not for the elders, but just for the students, especially the college students, the teenagers. So, as a trainer, what do you think we should be doing so that the students listen to us, they pay more attention to us?
So it's a very interesting question. So the answer is very simple. Like I will give you an example, right? Three Idiots movie. It's the best example. Like what Amir Khan used to do to give examples to Kareena Kapoor while Kareena Kapoor was about to marry a foreigner. So Amir Khan did not just go and give the knowledge that the person she is going to get married is a price tag person. He gave her live examples. It opened her mind that whatever he is telling her is absolutely correct, and it's a practical example. So same like that, while we are communicating or while we are teaching to students, why students don't listen? Because they feel it boring and they are not able to connect to a person that is been taught to them. So we have to make the session or the teaching so interesting that they should be able to relate what is going on to it. So that is first important thing. And second important thing, we have to give them practical examples, the real life example of whatever we are teaching, so that they are able to correlate with that example, and that thing it's hits their mind and they remember it. So the more examples we give, the more entertaining the session will become. More entertaining the session will become. Over the period of time, the students will start taking the trainer seriously and listen to the trainer, and they will understand the concepts well.
Yes, we have to give them actually a lot of examples. They just have to share some short stories so that, and the sessions have to be interactive. Otherwise, if it becomes a one-way session, so of course they are going to lose interest after some time. Answer yes, because it is said that if you want to be a good orator, listening plays a great role. So, what do you think over it?
Can you please repeat?
That it is said that if you want to be a good orator or a good speaker, you should be able to listen to others. You should be having good listening skills also when you are an orator. So, how
Mm.
much do you agree with it?
Yeah, very true. The person who listens, now there is two types of listening. First is hearing, second is listening. So hearing is like you are talking to me. I will just hear the topic and then I will try to relate. Like example, now we are talking about soft skill. So I will just listen. Okay, soft skill is going on, no problem. And whatever you speak, I will just listen it. I will just, it's okay, whatever you are speaking is going on and on. So that is called as hearing. But listening means whatever you are speaking or whatever I am speaking to you, you are listening each and every word. So that is the most important thing. So listening plays a very important role to understand, to build rapport, and to make the conversation fruitful and productive. So let it be anyone, let it be students, let it be our seniors, let it be our subordinates, let it be our parents, let it be personal life, let it be professional life. You know, listening plays a very important role. And it also makes a person feel mature when you listen more and talk less.
Yes. Even if you want to be a good speaker, we should be able to listen to others. Actually, it helps a lot. Answer yeah, of course, I think I asked it. Yeah, I wanted to ask, what, according to you, what is your biggest achievement in life?
There have been many achievements, but the biggest achievement, if you ask me, in 2019, I have been to Thailand representing India for an international modeling competition. I won that modeling competition in Thailand. I came back to India and I got felicitated by respected Devendraji Fadnavis, who is the uh, ex CM, and right now he is working with
Deputy Chief
Mr.
Minister.
Eknath Shinde sir.
Yes, he's the deputy CM now.
Yeah. So I got felicitated by him in 2019 when I won the title in Thailand and I came back. So that
Wow.
was one of the biggest achievement.
Yes. And you are an entrepreneur, you are a model, you are an actor, you are a trainer. So in the long run, which particular side would you like to choose as a career, lifelong career, if you are given an opportunity? Would you like to be a model, or would you like to be a trainer, or would you like to be an entrepreneur?
As far as I am concerned, all these four I would love to continue till the time I am able to do it, because I don't depend on one thing. Previously, I used to depend only on job. My schedule was going to job, coming from job, exercising, eating and sleeping and repeat. That was my only schedule. But I learned one thing: if we want to do something big in life, we have to have that hunger over the period of time, and we should learn the quality of being a multitasker. So I decided to do the entrepreneur work. I decided to get into modeling and acting. And as I developed my communication and my knowledge, so why not to try my hand on the soft skill trainer? Because I don't like to be conservative where I'm preserving the knowledge for myself. I like to share my knowledge. So for that reason, I'm into training. So if I'm getting into all these four things, why shall I get back and restrict myself? In fact, if I get
Yes, yes, that's really great that you would like to explore more. Considering you're doing so many things together, so how do you manage your time? I think that is again a big question, time management.
it's a very important question, not only for me, but for everyone. We have to learn to manage our priorities well, because there would be 100 things that would be going in my mind or your mind. But we have to understand what are our priorities and how we have to grade our priorities. Like right now, my priority is the call, a call with you. So I had other work. So I will not do that work. Priority is call, live example. So same like that, we have to learn our priorities and we have to design our schedule in such a way that our time should be utilized maximum every day with good productivity. Either make money, or either communicate with people and build network, or either keep learning something. And if not all the three, if you want relaxation, you can read the entrepreneurial books, success stories of the people. Then there are so many things that we can do to sharpen our personality and our knowledge.
Yes, we have to we actually prioritize things, and that's how we can manage the time. Because we have 24 hours in a day, and we have to manage it very well. Answer then something like a very interview kind of question, which I would like to ask. So, what are your long-term and short-term goals?
Short term goal is I want to know the business that I'm doing. It is an import export business. So my short term goal is get well settled into the business. Right now, I'm an emerging thing, so it's an process. So to make that business successful is my short term goal, and my long term goal is to expand the business in such a way that even if I'm sitting at home, only through calls, my business has to be running successfully, and I will be getting money in my account just sitting at home. So that is my long term goal. And as far as the training point of view, train maximum people, share my knowledge, and develop my skills more into the training, because I would never say that I am perfect in anything. So keep learning, carry learner's mentality, and train as much people as possible, and share my knowledge as much as possible with the upcoming youth. So these are the two short terms and two long term goals.
That's great to know that, yes, of course, we should be having goals, and that actually helps. When we have the goal, we know where to go, what to do. Otherwise, sometimes, we just, when we are confused, we just don't know what to do, and it becomes difficult to achieve actually something in life. And still, actually, with this, we come to the end of the session. But before ending the session, what we do is at the end, we just ask for some tips from this guest speaker according to the profession. But you are a soft skill trainer, you're an actor, and you're an entrepreneur. So I want few tips from you regarding all these three fields because there are people who are watching us, some are watching us live in YouTube and Facebook, some of them will be watching us later on. So especially for the students, like most of the times when I have such like trainers and educators, so I just forward it to my students also. So few tips from you for the students to improve their soft skills, and if some of them want to be entrepreneurs, so how to go about it.
Okay, so final words from me. If you ask me, there are many things to talk actually, but I would cut it down and I would give the best of the best tips for everyone. First thing is, we get life only once. So make the most of your life. The time which we have spent, we cannot get that time again. So time is money. I have learned this over the period of time. So we have to use our time in the most productive manner every day. This is the first thing. Second thing is, keep learning, keep big goals, and try to achieve those goals. Just don't make goals and forget it. Keep a track of the goals and try to achieve it. As we discussed on the previous question, short term goal and long term goal. And third thing is, choose your priority well. I'm not saying job is bad. I'm only saying that as per me, the job we can do for 3 to 4 years maximum. But if you have a longer vision of lifestyle, family, and no freedom, so depends upon person to person whether the person wants to do a job or business. I'm not against job. There are success stories in job as well. For example, Sundar Pichai, everybody knows. So he is one of the major success. So it depends upon person to person and the whether to do a job or business. I feel starting we can do job, later we can get into business. It's all individual's choice. So these are the three tips that I would give to all the students. And we have to enjoy life from inside. We have to be very much serious about our goals, our work, but outside we have to be friendly. We have to communicate with people, keep smile on face, and enjoy your life because we get life only once. Live it at the fullest.
So as rightly said, that you could get life only once, and we have to live the life at the fullest. And so, with this, we actually come to the end of the session. So, gratitude to you, a special thanks to you for being on the show and sharing your views with us and sharing so much about the training, soft skill, and your journey as an entrepreneur, being a model. So it is really very inspiring. As we have the actually our show Beyond Education, it has the tagline "Inspiring Stories to Inspire the World." So this was another inspiring stories for all our viewers. And thank you very much, once again. I also thank the founder of Idym and group of companies, engineer Ravi Shankar, so for arranging such a wonderful show. And of course, I will see you, Dino Rasmi and the CMD Zainab Nam, and one and all who are associated with this show. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.